Hey, what's good? Game on Wisconsin. How's it going tonight? Welcome back to Coast Packers Victory Monday 4. It's feeling good today. I'm on my own right now. Amar will be here soon, and I'm just gonna run through our promo stuff. So we'll get here. So I just want to take the time to thank our official sponsor, Tundra Town Clothing Company. Go check out their gear at tundratownclothingco.etsy.com. Go check out these shirts. They were outside of Lambeau yesterday selling these sweet winter warning shirts. So they set up a stand outside of Lambeau Field for every home game. They do it for family night and some other events in Green Bay as well. And this bad boy right here was one they were selling yesterday for the whiteout game. So if you're feeling a little left out after yesterday and you're like, shit, man, I need some white Packer gear, here it is. Go check it out on tundratownclothingco.etsy.com. That's Tundra Town Clothing Company. Use our discount code Game On Wisconsin to get yourself 10% off it too. I was late on it. I felt bad. I'm going to get that. Not having good white gear for the game the other day. I'm going to get that hoodie here for myself, probably for Christmas, though. And so go check them out. We're also sponsored by Ultimate Autographs. Go check them out at ultimateautographs.com. They have break rooms and break boxes. You can either just buy or you can win yourself some rad Packer gear. I see that they got some Brett Favre signed helmets right now in one of their break boxes that you can win. Use our code Wisconsin 15 to save yourself 15%. I think that code might be good on the break rooms and the break boxes. I still got to get my hands dirty in that one. I'm going to be doing it soon here in the month of November. I'm going to be getting in some of those break rooms. I'm going to get in a break room. I'm going to get a break box. It's going to be a good time. We'll open that box live here. But hey, go help us out. And then if you are going to do the Ultimate Autographs thing, reach out to us. I can get you a referral code with our discount code. You'll get yourself a discount code. You also help us earn a little bit of commission. Help us what we do here on Coast to Coast Packers. But here he is. He's in the house now. Amar, how you doing, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Sorry I was running a little late here. Feed the dogs and take them out real quick, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm usually rocking our Tundra Town gear for the show, but I'm too proud right now, man. I'm rocking some gear from my new gig. So growing veterans here. I'm rocking the hoodie, and I got the trucker hat on here. It's my new job. I am the interim executive director at a nonprofit called Growing Veterans right now. And what we're doing over there, our mission and vision over there at Growing Veterans, is to end veteran isolation, help veterans find their connections in the community, help them find belongingness within their community. And it's to help veteran suicide, obviously. And so my interim tag, that's like a 4 to 6 month gig. And my goal is just to earn the executive director position outright. This is a passion of mine. As you know, I am a 20-plus year vet. I did 2 tours in Iraq, amongst other things around the country and world. During my 20 years in the National Guard, I've seen my lows, man. I've seen my battles with alcoholism due to my PTSD. And so, I got myself in a good place now with friends, family, my support system. I just want to go out there and be the support system for other veterans who are in need of organizations like Growing Veterans. And what we do is we got a 5-acre farm, 2 different 5-acre farms. And we do dirt therapy, man. We give you some gardening skills, or if you just want to come pick weeds, feed our chickens, drink some coffee, and bullshit with some veterans, man. We got it all, man. And
I love that, man. That's awesome, dude.
It's a good deal, man.
Yeah.
I've been volunteering out there for the last 5 years, and now I'm part of the organization. So,
well, it's well deserved, man. You're an amazing person, and you do so much to like kind of give back to those that have served just like you, man. So I think you doing this is like right up your alley. So I'm real proud of you, and I'm happy for you, and I'm hoping that this blossoms into something that you're really looking forward to be a part of.
Appreciate it, man. I'm so stoked. It's definitely the perfect thing for my career change.
Oh yeah, man.
Well, let's get into it, man. We're here for Victory Monday 5. So we can do a real quick wrap up if you want to, because I know we didn't do a post game show yesterday, so we might want to talk a little bit more about the game. So we can make it nice and quick. So
we'll make it.
Thursday night, we saw Sean Payton return out of the Saints. Broncos stampeded over the Saints.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. I think Sean Payton going back home to where he basically got a Super Bowl ring. He started his career as a head coach. I think they also retired Drew Brees' number and all that kind of stuff. And it was a homecoming for Drew Brees, and the Saints got destroyed. It was embarrassing. It was once again shown where I understand they're playing with a third string quarterback. I get all that. But even then, though, Dennis Allen had no answer for anything that Sean Payton was doing. And it kind of reminds you of what happened with Kyle Shanahan versus Mike Penn's defense in 2019 in that NFC Championship game, where basically Kyle knew exactly what to do because he's been going up against that defense multiple times when he was the OC and Penn was the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. And Sean Payton and Dennis Allen go way back. They used to be on the same coaching staff together. So, yeah, he knew his number. Javonte Williams had a freaking amazing game. And, yeah, it sucks for Drew Brees. And you know what? It was supposed to be like a really crappy game and it turned into a really good game for Denver Broncos. And they definitely have a chance right now in that division. Even though Chiefs are, 6-0 right now, don't get me wrong. But everybody else, Raiders are done, right? And then, when you're looking at just the Chargers, they're kind of hit or miss. And then you got, the Broncos. So who knows, man? You never know.
Yeah. I just want to throw this up quick. The Mac and Cheese podcast is dropping in and saying hi.
Appreciate that. Justin.
Yeah.
Amy, appreciate y'all.
Yeah. And so just want to say that quick. But yeah, that game, man, I watched about half of it. Saints season is over in my
I think so. Yeah. If anything, we can get our hands on Demario Davis or Lattimore or Kamara, which I don't think is gonna happen. Kamara even said he's not trying to ask for a trade. He's like, I'm a New Orleans guy through and through. So I'm like, okay, cool. But no, like, it's funny, these teams that are like losing tremendously, like you look at the Browns, they're done, right? And you're looking at the Saints. And I know I put up a post that was like a rumor about Myles Garrett and Greg Newsome. And hey, look, I was just the messenger in that situation. I thought it was pretty cool. The guy that shared it just got credentialed by the NFL and NFLPA. So I figure he may have some sources, who knows? But yeah, man, I was, like I said, we are 5-2. And so when you're seeing these other teams that are on the opposite of that kind of win-loss record, people make moves, man. They make decisions and they decide to play for the future, right? So what's the next game? What's the next game we got up?
Oh, man, early ugly on Sunday. The Jags double up the Patriots 30-16. Hey, Drake May doesn't look too
He doesn't. He took the words out my mouth, bro. Seriously.
Yeah. But I'm kind of happy the Jags went and won that one.
Yep.
Now they travel home because that's where we're headed next.
Yes, 100%. Like I feel like if Jacksonville had lost that game, they would have probably been like even more like, you know what I'm saying? They're back against the wall. Get really pissed off. Now they got to win. They might be feeling good about themselves. They might be thinking they're doing something. Not realizing the Patriots are probably like one of the worst teams in the NFL right now. Like they're right there with the Raiders. They're right there. Even Jacksonville is down there too, right? It's like, it's literally like freaking JV teams going against each other. So I'm not trying to take anything away from Jacksonville. They have a lot of good talent. They have a good coach staff. They just can't get it together. But they did this week. They destroyed the Patriots. It was embarrassing. And that's our next game up. And I think we're going to Jacksonville, right? We are going to Jacksonville. Yeah. So that, and you know what? Like Jacksonville's been a bugaboo for us. We've won there last time we went, but it's not been pretty. It's never been pretty.
Man. Florida man will get you.
Every time. 100%. 100%.
Then we had what I thought was a surprise. I thought Seahawks were like trending down in a downward spiral. Yeah. But they went to Atlanta, They beat them by 20, 34-14. Hey man, I'm happy. I want the Seahawks to keep winning because I am going to that Packers Seahawks game in December. I want to see two winning. I want both teams to be with winning records in that game. But yeah, man, Seahawks they put it together on the road.
Honestly, yeah, like when it comes down to it, like Seattle had a lot of injuries on defense. I thought that Atlanta was going to blow them out, and instead, Seattle went across the country and took it to them. And honestly, like Geno Smith played well. DK Metcalf had a guy went off. Kenneth Walker, who was kind of questionable, played in the game, played well. Like Seattle's a young team with a young coach, and I feel like they still got it done. And Atlanta, I'm a big Raheem Morris fan, but man, you just had this over. I think you know what it is anytime a team plays overtime, I don't care how much time they get to rest or whatever, it still drains you, right?
Yeah.
And I think if you go back and look from an NFL history perspective, any team that plays an overtime game, they normally come out flat or lose the following week just because of everything's been expended beyond the 60 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a crazy game. But, yeah, again, Seattle, you don't know what you're going to get with them, honestly. You don't know what team shows up because no one thought they were going to do that.
Yeah. Oh, another little cool tidbit about the Seahawks in my personal life, right? I live 90 miles north.
Yeah.
My new job, the organization I work with, we work hand in hand with Task Force 12, which is a nonprofit subsidiary of the Seattle Seahawks, which is veteran oriented.
Okay.
And so on November 24th, yours truly gets to go sell 50-50 tickets in Lumen Field during the game.
Okay.
And my organization will get a portion of that raffle. Last year, I think they got like $7,000 to take home with them. So not a bad day's work. The bummer is it's the same time as Packers Niners game.
Damn, dude, that sucks.
So I'm hoping to catch that one on rerun.
Yeah. Well, don't worry, I'll text you about anything crazy that happens. I got you.
Yeah. Bro. So I thought it more important to go work that day. And hell, it's not a bad day of work getting to hang out inside of a game. So
hell no.
But anyways, next game up, Titans take their weekly butt kicking. The Buffalo Bills. Allen looked good.
Yeah.
And Keon Coleman had 4 catches. Had 4 catches for like 125 yards. That's the Bills team we know.
That's the Bills team you know. I know my boy Steve Cook on Twitter is probably hyped up right now that Coleman had such a big game. Coleman went off, and then Amari Cooper came in, caught a touchdown, crash course that week, got in and still made plays. James Cook missed last week, came back and was literally hit the ground running, literally. So you know what? Like Tennessee defense is still pretty good, even though they just cut Jamal Adams based on his request. They have a decent defense, but they don't have an offense that can keep up with it. Even with Mason Rudolph starting, they had some semblance of an offense, but still it wouldn't look that great. So you're right, though. Like Tennessee Titans, another bottom tier team that we're probably going to stay that way this year.
Yep. Then we have the next game, a rivalry game. Bengals-Browns. Bengals have saved their season. After that, I think they were 1-4 or maybe even 0-4. I don't know.
They were 0. Dude, you're right.
I think they were 1-3.
Yeah. I think it's 0-3.
Then they were 1-4, and then they won 2 in a row. Yep. So they're like 1 win away from like being back in the playoff race. Yep. And then the other bit of news from this one is, man, I understand everything with Watson.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't condone cheering out loud for that type of injury. Yeah, but at the same time, I can understand a sense of relief 100%. From the Browns fans.
100%, dude. 100%. Dude, end of the day, everything that happened with Watson when it comes to these, sexual assault charges, allegations, whatever you want to call them. Okay, I don't want to get us in trouble here, right? But the truth of the matter is that he has a lot. I mean, it's not like it's just like one person. You're talking about 20 plus people, and they're still coming out. Okay, so he clearly he has some baggage. He could be a very, very terrible person. With that all being said, I don't wish for anyone to get hurt like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. Do I wish he'd retire and just go away from the NFL? 100%. I just don't don't want that guy out there anymore. But on the same time, too, though, I'm not going to wish for someone to get hurt because it's no different than wishing a rival team's player to get hurt just because they're a rival team. Just because you don't like that person for whatever your reasoning is, that it could be a terrible person, whatever. Like, I just, I don't know. I just think that it's not the right way about doing things. I just feel like, hey, guess what? Karma finds a way to get those people that fuck up, right? And karma literally has gotten him. Not only did he get paid all this money, but guess what? He can't play the game he loves because he's terrible at it now because of everything that's happened to him, injury-wise, all that. Now he just lost his freaking leg for probably 8 to 9 months, right? And you really think Cleveland Browns is going to bring him back? They may just eat they can literally that contract is fully guaranteed. It doesn't matter what happens at this point, right? They're better off just saying cutting him, eating their poison now, and then just going rebuilding from there.
Yeah.
So, and
he might have stepped on. That might have been it.
I honestly think
career.
So. And let's do a positive spin. Nick Chubb, week 2 last year, blows out his knee, had an injury that we thought he was going to get his leg amputated. To where not only does he come back, 13 months later, but he scores a touchdown.
Yeah.
Bro, hey man,
that's
how Watts thing sucks, but that Chubb thing is so freaking awesome, man. Like that's why we watch football, right? I mean, that's what it comes down to.
The Browns game was poetic, you could say.
100%, yeah. A little bit of up and down there.
Oh yeah. And then you had I think this was Richardson's first game back for the Colts, right?
Yes.
And he squeaked one out against the Dolphins. So Colts are 4-3.
Yep.
And from what I understand, though, with the Dolphins, is Tua is coming back.
Yeah, he says that. What was his words? I love this game so much. It would be the death of me. Something to that degree. I'm not quoting him exactly verbatim, but he says he loves the game so much he's going to keep playing until he can't play no more. And honestly, like, just to talk about our game where Quay Walker had his concussion, he literally had a Tua reaction. Like they showed him like this.
Yeah,
he was pretty fucked up, right? And that's basically every single damn time our boy freaking Tua gets concussed, he has this reaction where either his arms lock down or lock up, and
it's almost like a seizure. It's like seizure-like symptoms. They're kind of shaking, they're like clenching.
You talk to any medical professional, they're saying that that's different parts of the brain shutting down with whatever reaction they're having. Right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, holy shit. And it's like, okay, well, hey, man, it's your choice. Like, at the end of the day, you're young, you are fit. He refused to wear a Guardian cap for personal decisions, which I think is just stupid. And you know what? Like, if this is what you want to do, hey, that's on you, bro. Like, no one's going to feel sympathy for you, but you're going to keep putting yourself out there, right? You just got to play smarter. You got to do the Tom Brady route. Tom Brady wouldn't take no damn hits after age of 40. He would slide down. He would fall down. He would not care. Tua needs to do the same thing. I want to see Tua. If he decides to come back, I don't agree with it, but if he does, I hope he has a very long career. I hope he has no more concussions, and I hope he just plays smart football. Because there's some of the things that he's doing, he's trying to get his team a win. He's trying to get a first down. He's trying to do whatever. But, man, like, you got to think about just longevity. Like, even with Jordan, Jordan sometimes tries too much, and he takes all these hits. And I was like, dude, like, come on, you're the franchise. Like, look at Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is killing it right now. What happened? He plays his style of football, busted up his ribs, and now he's week to week. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, you gotta be smart. Like, even Lamar Jackson, I'm like, he's playing right now, and these are dynamic players that do dynamic things with their hands, with their heads, and with their legs. But at the end of the day, man, like, you gotta think about long term, not just health wise, but also career wise and just future.
Yeah. Well, you're good. Look at our boy Favre now, right?
Yeah, like, seriously, dude.
He's bro. Yeah. In his last public statement, talking about his health and where that's headed.
He's had 1,000 concussions, which, if you think from Pee Wee football to now, probably.
Yeah, dude. Hey, I caught a lot of shit during my junior year of football. When I was a junior, I played like every single snap, offense, defense, special teams on JV, and then I played all special team snaps on varsity. With some sprinkled offensive snaps in there on varsity as well. I definitely had about 3 concussions during my junior year of football. Damn. That's only like 10 games, man. And I never took a break.
Dude. Yeah.
And I when I came back my senior year, I just was like, I'm not going to play football. And I caught so much shit for it. And now, like, looking back at it, man, I'm glad I didn't. Like, I was really bummed. But then when my team went and won 0 games that year, I was like, oh man, that would have been a long football season, and I probably would have gotten a couple more concussions.
I mean, honestly, dude, like the thing with concussions is even till this day, we still don't know the ramifications of those damages to your brain, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you look at guys like Junior Seau and other people that literally killed themselves the way they did, and the way they did it too is just kind of crazy, right? I don't know. To me, it gets to a point to where like, all right, like when's enough's enough kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the game of football. I understand it's a violent sport. I know things are going to happen, but like on the same hand, dude, like there's a guy for the Jets game where like he just got knocked over, remember? Yeah. And they had to strap his ass up because he couldn't feel anything.
Yeah.
And eventually he did. But you get what I'm saying? It's just scary, dude. Like, Damar Hamlin literally died on the field. And then he was brought back to life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like shit like that, dude. We're like, holy crap. Like, so yeah, I'm with you. I'm happy that you decided to make that decision. I've had a couple concussions from just accidents and stuff like that. It's a scary feeling. It's a very scary feeling. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. All right, what we got?
And then the next game, man, this was one I was paying really close attention to during our game. Lions Vikings. Let's get into that one here first.
Lions and Vikings. Oh my God. So man. I only saw I saw like the highlights of that game because I was so focused in the Packers game, and I didn't really get to watch any highlights yesterday evening. But man, that was you talk about a back and forth shootout game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I think Jared Goff was the first quarterback to really show how, like, basically, like, he was the first quarterback that took Brian Flores' like blitzing defense and just ate him up. He had at one point was 18 for 18 for completion percentage, dude. The completions, like, it's insane, dude. Like Jared Goff, I can't stand him, but he's kicking some ass right now, bro.
Yeah,
but everything's indoors right now. So he plays indoors. He's a different kind of quarterback, right? So you know, truth be told, that was a real hell of a game. At one point, that fumble return for a touchdown, I thought it was over. And Mr. Our field goal kicker, Mr. John Bates, came in and secured the win for them. And you know what? I was going for Detroit because I wanted Minnesota to get that L because now everyone's 5-1, right?
It's mayhem, baby.
You get what I'm saying? Like now, it's going to be a free for all, dog. It's going to be a free for all. Yeah. So we needed that.
Yeah.
I also got. Go.
I was just gonna say, I just want to thank Jahmyr Gibbs for winning my fantasy game this weekend, baby. Hell of a game, baby. Hell of a game.
I was gonna say because I had like what you call it. I had David Montgomery, and I think he got hurt or something. So I just thought he was just killing him. I was like, gosh damn it! I was like, good. I think Montgomery's been getting a touchdown every freaking week, and that's what happens. Like, get the hell out of here, dog. You're killing me, man.
On that, because I have 3 different teams, and on that team, I have Jaden Reed as well. And Jaden Reed just like he'd had a bad week. And I was like watching Jaden Reed. I'm like, I'm so gonna lose this week. And then when I saw Jahmyr Gibbs' stats, when I flipped I was like, yes, he's gonna save me. But
look, I was gonna tell you too, because like Jaden Reed could have had a better game. Like he dropped a pretty good ball that he had in his hands. He just couldn't corral it in. I think if he catches that ball, we get down to the 30-yard line and before the half, and we probably score instead of us kicking a punt, right? So trust me, bro. Like Jaden Reed, I have him on another team too. And so like I get what you're saying. Like I was he could have had such a bigger game, you know what I'm saying? Such a bigger game.
Yeah. Then Saquon Barkley, he returned to the Meadowlands. The Eagles crushed the Giants 28-3. Barkley 176 yards and a touchdown. He was averaging 10 yards a carry.
So Nick Sirianni goes up to him and he's like, hey, man, we're 13 yards away from your career high. I want to get it for you. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Saquon's like, nah, man, I'm good. He goes, let the young boys eat. He goes, no, man. He goes, that's cool, but if you want it, we can do it.
Yeah.
He goes, man, I'm good. He goes, I'm pulling the starters if they don't score. He goes, great. Get the young guys in there. Let them eat. And I was like, dude. Like Saquon didn't want to pour it on his old team when he easily could have poured it on his old team.
Yeah.
And secondly, it's just a game. Just to show like what kind of veteran he is, where he could easily, got his accolades and things, but no, he wants other people to get the opportunity to play, get their experience, get their minutes up, and that's pretty cool, man. I was like, people don't think that way in the NFL. They're all about me, and I feel like Saquon's one of the few guys that's definitely a team player, and I love it.
Absolutely. And then a game that I didn't even really care about at all. That was Rams Raiders. Rams win 20-15, but I like that the Rams won.
Yep.
Because now they have a little momentum going into Thursday night, which is Rams Vikings this week.
Yep.
So you hope Stafford's got one more in him to beat the Vikings. But do the Rams, are the Rams getting anyone back for the
Yes,
Thursday
they
night
get
game?
Cup back. So Cup is practicing in full
Baby.
today. So they're going to have Cooper Cup probably this Thursday, which is going to be a godsend for them. I mean, Stafford was able to do what he did with just Cup alone. Before they went at Cup and Puka, right?
Yeah.
And so Puka probably isn't going to be back until probably another couple more weeks. But Cup coming back and Kyron Williams doing what he's doing. Kyron's killing it right now. He's tearing them up right now. He's literally he's starting off right where he left off last year. All this talk about him returning punts and this and that, all this bullshit, none of it happened. Honestly, this dude's killing it right now. And I feel like the kind of veteran quarterback Stafford is, he has opportunity to maybe beat Minnesota, but the thing is like their offensive line and the Rams is not that great. The only thing that Sean McVay has going for him, well, two things. He knows Kevin O'Connell's offense, but he also knows that Brian Flores embarrassed him in the Super Bowl. So does he have an opportunity to get some get back? I don't know, maybe, right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the interesting thing to see what kind of happens there.
Yeah. I'll be watching that game. And then the Commanders hosted the Panthers, and they did exactly what we thought they would do. But your boy got knocked out, and Mariota came in, and he balled out.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah. Looked good. And so you wonder if Jane Daniels, is he because they're supposed to play the Bears next weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm like, of course the Bears would catch him when Daniels goes out.
Like, of all the things that we would need for the Bears to, like, this is the matchup of the week is the two first overall, second overall picks playing against each other, right?
Yeah.
And I think Jaden does play this week. From what it sounds like, he will play. But, like, is he going to go play his game of football because he's banged up, right? Yeah, my boys were at the game for the Washington-Carolina game. They're both Washington fans. So they got dream seats. They got, like, real good deals on the seats. So they were, like, on the 50-yard line, on the field, basically. They had a blast. And no joke, like, again, here comes Washington, put up another 40 burger. And I got to admit, on, Cliff Kingsbury, I can't stand him. But, hey, he's getting it done, man. You got to show respect where respect's due, right? So
yeah. And then in an ugly, ugly game, the Chiefs beat the 49ers, a rematch of the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy threw 3 interceptions. The 49ers are down bad right now.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And I'm still not impressed. The Chiefs are 6-0, and I'm still not impressed.
They're just squeaking by these games. They're barely winning, but the thing is, they're still winning. Okay, and that's what champions do. They find a way to win. Right now with the Niners, dude, Brian and Ayuk torn ACL, torn MCL, and probably more damage. Okay, you got George Kittle with a foot injury. They say he's day to day. Then you have freaking Deebo Samuel who has pneumonia and fluid in his lungs, and he's in the hospital right now. Then Christian McCaffrey is not expected to be back for another 2 weeks. So I'm telling you, bro, when it rains, it pours. And it's like every year these guys go to Super Bowl, the following year, they just get decimated by injuries and decimated by just bad luck. And here we are. Dude, I mean, you got Trent Williams over here taking swings at people to where he gets ejected out of games. I'm just saying, bro, like they just ain't looking good, man. They ain't looking good.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with them throughout this season. The NFC West is wide open, it looks like.
Yeah.
But then on Sunday night football, we had Steelers, Jets. Aaron Rodgers looks old. Devontae did nothing. And Mike Tomlin appears that he's made the right decision to go with Russell Wilson.
Man, like I want to say, yeah, based on the way that their offense was just moving the ball downfield. But I'm looking at the balls that Russell was throwing. Russell was throwing some freaking like ducks, dog. Like he's throwing balls up like just a lot of air. Like I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like easily could be like game picked off. Like there were some catches that they had where if it wasn't for what's his name, if it wasn't for like George Pickens making an amazing catch, they're not even there, right? And Najee had a real good game too. But I'm with you, bro. Like Aaron Rodgers got his boy, and he looked old. He looked tired. He looked like he didn't want to be out there. And you know what? Like, I feel like his style of football, which is his hero style, hero ball, him just trying to do everything himself, trying to act like he's going to call the plays and shit like that. It ain't working. It just ain't working, dude. And he definitely needs. I mean, he hasn't played with Devontae in 3 years. I understand the chemistry is there, but he needs to build that back up again. Yep. You can see that in that game. Yeah, it just wasn't bad. He just looked old, man. Just look old. He's 40-something years old, and yeah, he just didn't look good, man. I hate to say it.
Yeah, it happens.
Yes, sir.
But hey, then Bears, Cowboys were on the bye. Yep. Buccaneers are currently beating the Ravens 7-0. Yeah. And we also have the late Monday night doubleheader. I don't think I like the doubleheader Monday.
No, I'm not too much of a fan right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But we got Chargers, Cardinals later tonight too, folks. That's what's going on. And then, of course, the one game we haven't talked about yet. No. Packers, Texans, baby. Oh my gosh. And Amar and I both decided to take more family time rather than to do a post game yesterday.
Yes. Because apologies about that. We had to take care of our fans.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I'm glad because like we won, but I felt really icky.
Yeah.
And I like thought about it. I was like, I'm glad I took the family time because I didn't want to come on here fresh after a win and be like,
and be like just like negative Nancy about it, right?
What the hell? So let's get into that, man. It was 3-0 after the first quarter. How did you feel? Like, I had some really instant feelings, but I want you to go.
Honestly, like I felt like the defense played as well as they could with the fact that the offense and special teams didn't help them out. I think like having like -3 in turnovers in the turnover ratio and still coming out with a win is a big freaking deal, right?
Yeah.
Rich Bisaccia is freaking killing me right now. Like I'm just like Corey Ballantyne had 2 bad plays. The first punt where like you had what's his name? You had Nixon going to get like the fair catch. Yeah, Ballantyne coming in smacking him as he's running by him. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're gonna make him fumble. Second time, he doesn't get out of the way because Nixon doesn't catch the ball when he should have, and second doesn't call Peter, which is the code word for a clear out, fast enough. So it bounces off Ballantyne. And this is after we get a 3 and out. You know what I'm saying? And you just had these mistakes. And of course, the 2 interceptions by Jordan. You know, one was a deflection, but both passes were like the one to Christian. I felt like he was just trying to make a play. You know, he just took a shot. By the end of the day, like Jordan kind of came alive after that first pick, and then he just kind of, you know, people want to keep saying this Favre thing, and I'm not so sure about that, right? But part of me is kind of like, okay, well, he has Favre, he has Rodgers in him, right? But Josh Jacobs got it done. He got it moving, and
absolutely.
Man, what did you think? Like, I mean, I can go on all day, man.
Dude,
I was 100%. I agree with you on that, man.
Right off the bat, when we received the kick, I was like, "What are we doing?"
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, "What's this? Let's kick the fucking ball, receive at halftime." Yes. That's just my opinion. So I didn't like that. And then it was, you know, the interception right off the bat to start the game. Right, the 4th play of the game, we throw an interception. And I'm just like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. I just like felt like this is going to be one of those games. I could tell right away with that decision and then the interception. Luckily, the defense showed up, right? Held them to a field goal. And then we went in 3 and out. And then when we got the touchdown in the second quarter, I was like, okay, we're up 7-3. I felt a little bit better. And then after the second interception in the first half, I was just like, I don't know. I was kind of like, what are we doing?
Yeah, same.
Because that was the first play. That interception was on the first play.
Like, what are we doing?
And so it just was frustrating because we had all these opportunities, and it just seemed like every time we did something right, we were instantly like, let's go make a big dumb mistake now that we did something right. Yeah. I don't know. It really is just like a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Then I felt really good at after halftime because we came out and took the lead right away. But all I got to say is defense did their job.
Yeah.
Rashawn Gary, I don't know if anyone was blocking him. But he couldn't catch up to Stroud all game. I felt like I was watching Gary chase Stroud all game.
Yeah. He had like 9 pressures in like 2 games. but he had 6 pressures in like the last like the 4 games before that.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe it's coming.
It's slowly coming. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But
He
then
heard all the hate.
yeah, there was a lot of punting in the second half. I don't know, man. It was ugly. It was brutal. We pulled it out. We had so many chances, though. We should have blown them out, honestly, I felt like. If we play mistake-free football, like, don't throw the 2 interceptions and don't fuck up on that punt, like, those 3 things right there, this game is over probably going into the 4th quarter, in my opinion.
Oh, easily. Like, honestly, like, Houston whooped our ass, and we just found a way to stay in that game. Plain and simple. I mean,
Yeah.
we cannot take away anything from the fact that CJ Stroud, former offensive rookie of the year, I think even rookie of the year last year, didn't even break 100 yards. What do you have, 84 yards passing? I know Nico Collins wasn't there. Tank Dell was there. Diggs is another one. Diggs was doing all that wolfing, all that hollering, didn't do a damn thing in this game. 7 catches, like what, 41 yards? Get the hell, like get out of here, dude. He didn't do nothing. Yeah. Didn't catch nothing on Jair, and he was starting all this trash in the beginning of the game. What was it? 4 catches, 23 yards? He didn't do shit, dog. I was like, dude, you talk all that shit, and you don't even take over the game.
5 catches for 23 yards. So with a long of 17.
Yeah.
So his other 4 catches netted 6 yards.
Exactly. So what does that tell you right there? Nothing. That tells you that he's a bum ass bitch and he shouldn't be talking all this trash. And I'm just happy that we did what we did. And as you said, like there were some negatives, but Jordan still threw for 3 touchdowns. He probably had maybe another 2 touchdowns in that game easily, right? I'm talking about like just if certain plays were made as they're working down the field, right? Josh Jacobs and Emmanuel Wilson both had great games. I know Aaron Nagler said that Chris Brooks had some amazing blocking. And I don't think we can talk enough about the defense and the people that have been contributing. Like Edgerrin Cooper was literally all over the field. You mentioned Rashawn Gary. He had those. He literally was in the backfield almost the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Quay goes down. Really scary injury, scary concussion. Eric Wilson comes in and picks up right where he left off when he had that really big game. I think it was week 2. Right.
Yeah.
And bro, like, and then Javon Bullard was everywhere. Evan
Williams.
Dude, you have McKinney coming off on the edge to get a sack. Dude,
that was
sick. Dude. I'm just saying, like, as icky as I felt about the way that we won that game, even though everything, like, that's one of those games where you win as like it's like championship caliber win. Why I say that is because no matter all these things that went wrong, and you could have easily just kind of went into the hole and just, okay, we're throwing picks, we're fumbling the ball, we're muffing crap, we're going to lose this game. Instead, they kept fighting, they kept pushing, they kept putting, and guess what? They found a way to win. And that's what champions do. They find a way to win no matter what. Kansas City Chiefs, the reason why they're undefeated right now, some of his refs, other part is because they just find a way. It don't matter about stats. It just matters about W's and L's. And they got 6 of them right now. And guess what? We could easily be 7-0 right now if we didn't had it made. The truth is the Packers keep beating themselves. Like, let's be real. Like, those 3 interceptions, avoidable. Muff punt, avoidable. Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Daniel Whelan is the player of the week.
Dude. That 100%. Dude has a leg, man.
He has a leg and he has hands. And I am so done with this Matt Osrich. I mean, the thing is, dude.
Bring my boy Peter back. Bring my boy Peter back to snap the ball.
Let's be real now. We've changed kickers. We've changed holders. We've changed everything but the damn snapper. And it's like you got Andrew Carlson going to the Niners kicking 55-yard field goals, which he could do in Green Bay too. That his leg was never an issue, right? Yeah. It was just the easy ones he couldn't hit. But like, dude, like, why are we holding on to this guy who clearly is not getting it done? Like, he was terrible in that freaking playoff divisional game against the Niners. Right? And now here we are doing the same shit. He's having low and bad snaps. Dude, get Peter Bowden in there. Let's call it a day, dog. There's a reason why Peter Bowden was the number 1 long snapper coming out of college.
Absolutely.
It's unexcusable why we're still sticking with this dude. I don't care about contract, whatever, or veteran leadership. What the hell with that, dude?
You're a long snapper.
Yes.
You have one job.
What are we doing, dude? Come on, man.
I don't know. Maybe him and Bisaccia are buddies. They can both go for all I care.
Seriously, at this point, I'm done. I'm done with it, bro. You're paying this all this money. He does nothing innovative. He does. I'm not seeing anything different on pump blocks or field goal blocks. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing shit, dude. Like, I mean, we're doing basic ass stuff right now. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah. And we can't even do that right.
No. What are we doing, dude? That's ridiculous.
You know what Packers fans does? I need more heart medicine after that game.
I agree.
That game took some years off my life. I felt
100%. 100%, man.
Like, dude, this is so ridiculous.
100%. I was watching it through the ESPN app on the Gamecast, and then I was able to get it on Streamy, so I was watching a little bit there, right? And that lost reception for the last drive. So basically, last drive, I don't even know what's going on, and I am just waiting for my phone's about to die, right? I'm just waiting for the update. Packers win, Packers lose. And one of my buddies texted me. He's like, "Hey, Amar, you must be really happy right now." And I was like, "Yes, thank God." They got a field goal range. They made it. I was so happy, bro. I was so happy, man.
Dude, I had to watch on Stream East.
Yeah.
And the stream worked perfectly, like the whole game. And then like to start the first drive, it started giving me like the spinning loading thing for like 2 minutes. And I was like, do I close it and refresh it? Yeah. And finally I was like, fuck. I like stood up to go to my laptop, and right before I got to my laptop, it like started playing again. Yeah. So I was like, I can't look at my phone. I'm like, because now I'm like 2 minutes I'm like 2 minutes behind. And so it was so funny then, because by the time I finished the game, I got to my phone and my phone was blowing up. And I was just like, I'm glad I put that down. But
oh man,
we got a couple other. I was just to say we got a couple other topics.
Let's go. Let's knock it out.
Yeah. I have a question here. Does Love have an interception issue? I know this is something that's been. Yes, he does.
I'm sorry, he does. Like he has a gunslinger mentality. He's gonna push the ball downfield. He is going to try to find ways to be aggressive. Now, is that a double-edged sword? Yes. Are we spoiled with Aaron Rodgers being very, very protective of the ball and not putting the ball into harm's way? 100% we are.
Yep.
But let's be like in Jordan's defense, he might throw 2 interceptions, but he's also throwing 3 touchdowns. As long as he's throwing more touchdowns than interceptions, we're winning games. I'm not going to be too mad about it. Yeah. Like someone they took his games and they projected out what his touchdown interception ratio would be. He'd have 46 touchdowns at the end of the season, but he'd have like 24 picks. But I'm sorry, if he had 46 touchdowns, that's pretty freaking good, bro. I'm not complaining, dog. I'm not complaining, man.
I just want a better ratio, because it is.
Yeah, like
8. It's not even a 2-to-1 ratio. Like, he needs to go a few games with not throwing an interception or having multiple touchdowns and only 1 interception.
Yep.
It's brutal, man, because it's going to cost us, right? It cost us in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
And I don't completely trust him leading a game-winning drive, because he's going to try to force the ball. He might wing it downfield,
But okay, in his defense, though, this last game he did it. Like, I went back and rewatched the game, right? And I watched that last drive that I missed. He did try to throw a deep ball at Romeo Dobbs, but honestly, it was a good ball, and Dobbs was open. He just missed him by a fingertip, okay? In that last drive, in that game-winning, get him down to field goal and kick a field goal, he was able to, orchestrate that and do it in a safe manner, right? So I 100% get what you're saying, though, because the truth is there's times where, you're watching him as a quarterback and you're like, man, is he going to revert back to that Niners playoff game? He throws across his body. He's throwing to the middle of the field. He's trying to get the ball to Christian and say, bro, just take what the defense gives you. This trying to throw the ball 40, 50, 60 yards downfield. It's great if the guy's open, but if he's double covered, it's not about giving a guy a chance to make a play. It's just taking the safe play. Because I understand if it's the last play of the game, whatever. But if you have a minute or a minute and a half, don't do that. It's as much as I hate Brady, in Brady's defense, he never tried to get everything back in one throw. He was always very diabolical and very orchestrated with the way he's like, I'm gonna take the check down.
Surgical, man.
Surgical. That's what I was looking for. Surgical. He's he's checking it off to James White 17 times down the drive. But guess what? He's getting first downs. He's killing the clock. He's getting first downs. He's making smart plays. And that's what, if Jordan can harness that and just know, okay, when it's time to take a shot, I'm gonna take a shot when it makes sense. But on the same hand too, though, I'm gonna find a way to also play smart. I'm with you, bro. Sometimes I feel like his last year, the end of the year, we got spoiled because he went 18 touchdowns and 1 pick, and we kind of expected that to occur again. Now we're seeing more of a Jordan Love really is, where he's going to throw you 3-4 touchdowns until like between 1 to 3 picks, and it's like you're going to live and die by that sword a little bit there, right? But like I think with the way our defense is right now, which you don't want to put this pressure on them, you feel like you can kind of get away with it. Like if I throw a pick, well, this defense is going to make a stop, and 9 times out of 10, I think they will. They're not the Joe Barry defense anymore. But it gives you anxiety, bro.
Heck yeah, it does.
Remember when Brett Favre would throw a ball deep, you'd close your eyes because you didn't know who was going to take it, right? And then when Rodgers threw the ball deep, you would not close your eyes. You want to know if he's going to go out of bounds or if he's going to go to receiver's hands, right? When he was younger, it was going to somebody. You didn't know who was going somewhere, right? It's going to be a touchdown or a good play. Older he got, you don't know if it's a throwaway or a touchdown. Jordan now, you're in that Rodgers Favre, like, I don't know if he's throwing the ball deep to a play. You don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
And he's been right more often than not, but I'm with you, bro. It's just we're gonna have to live with this.
Just clean it up, man.
Just clean it up, man.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I agree.
Clean it up because when we look good, we are good.
Good, 100%. We're really good.
We've seen really good flashes from this offense.
Yep.
This defense this weekend might have been their best performance. I know we had the 8-sack performance against Tennessee, but that's Tennessee, man. This was a 5-1 Houston team. We've joked around talking about this was a Super Bowl preview, right? Texans, Packers. Like this is that good of a team. And so think about what our defense did, held them in check. Think about if our offense was clicking, man. Yeah. And hey, I do want to say though, like, let's not also let's make sure we also give credit to the Texans defense, man. That pass rush with Will Anderson Jr. and Daniel Hunter is nasty. Yeah, they were missing 5 defensive starters, and they still came to ball, man. I don't know. DeMeco Ryans might be one of the most patient, wise coaches in the league right now, too. So I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, the Packers, we beat ourselves. We definitely did. We definitely could clean it up. Self-inflicted mistakes, they were there. But at the same time, man, this Texans defense is no freaking joke.
120%. Like for the fact that they were to get 2 sacks on us, and that was with, Will Anderson is a premier pass rusher. Daniel Hunter, another premier pass rusher. And Rasheed Walker and Zach Tom handled their business. But guess what? Zach Tom got ate up on a sack. Rasheed got ate up on a sack. That's going to happen. But like the basis of DeMeco Ryans' defense is very similar to Hafley's in the sense like they rush forward. They don't blitz a lot, and they try to get pressure with their talent they have up front. And man, I'm just telling you, like, DeMeco Ryans, he made us look really, really bad in many playoff games when he was defensive coordinator for the Niners, right?
Yeah.
And so he brought that same defense to Houston, and guess what? LaFleur said it. He goes, they kicked our ass. They kicked our ass up and down the field, and we still found a way to win. I love that. Sign me up, bro. Sign me up,
dude. I like how Stroud, handles his business as well. Yeah. How he interacts with the media. Like, dude, Texans I think are an easy team to cheer for.
100%.
Maybe except for
all good dudes. Yeah, mine's Diggs, but everyone else is
straight. Diggs. Yeah, I like Joe Mixon was running, like a madman too. But hey, I want to make sure we get to everything.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So I just wanted to tip the cap to the Texans as an opponent.
100%.
Packers head to Jacksonville. Let's get some quick words, quick thoughts about Packers. You kind of said earlier, right? We kind of go down there and stumble trip sometimes.
Man, I'm just hoping that it's going to be not raining. It's not going to be humid. It's going to be a nice 60, 65 degrees, low humidity kind of game. Okay.
Yeah.
And hoping to God that the Trevor Lawrence that I know is going to show up, and that Trevor Lawrence is almost Sam Darnold seeing ghosts, Sixth Sense joint, right? He looked bad. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Hafley's defense can really hold up against, because Tank Bigsby came in and had a freaking career game, 2 touchdowns, 145 yards rushing, about 145 yards rushing, and Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is a top 5 back in this league. He is a beast, dude. I'm sorry, he he got going on us because I don't think half was expecting him to run as much as they did. But dude, Mixon, there's a reason why Mixon is as good as he is. Like he's a damn good running back, and there's a reason why he ran for 120 yards on us. And I think for me, we're gonna have to find a way to make sure that we limit their rushing game, make Trevor make mistakes. He is prone to do that, right? And our offense really needs to eat on that defense. That defensive line is really nice. I mean, they got some fucking hitters on that defensive line. Trevon Walker, Eric Armstead, Josh Allen. Oh no, his name is hyphenated now. It's Josh something Allen. But those guys, they got some good talent. And then Darnell Savage, I don't know if he's playing this week or not. I think he was hurt.
Yeah.
We got to take advantage of them. They're a bad team. And these are teams you got to beat outright, 100%.
Yeah, we got to go handle our business next week because I was looking at the schedule for next week. Right, we already talked about how I think the Bears play the Commanders, and that's kind of like the biggest matchup.
Yes,
but we got to go down there and handle our business because I think the Titans go to Detroit. So Detroit has the Titans. And then, like we said earlier, Vikings go to LA for Thursday Night Football. You hope because the Vikings have to travel on a short week. The Rams are getting cut back that you hope that, but when you really look at it, like Vikings and the Lions are going to be favored, right? So we need to go handle we got to go handle our business down there.
Yep.
You hope that the heat isn't too crazy.
Right.
We've seen that happen down there.
Yep.
But yeah, I want to see more Jacobs, more Wilson, less throws downfield because our boy on Instagram, Packers on the Rocks.
Yeah.
He said, I see over here, he commented on Instagram saying, also put interception on play calling. LaFleur spread them out and shotgun quite a bit and took shots. You know, and and
no groupings, not easy throws. I got that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also can't blame him for doing that too, because I know that the Texans had two defensive backs out. They had two linebackers out. We had to take our shots. The Texans just got that solid D. But I think Packers are going to be fine next week. I think they're going to get it back together. We played a bad game. I don't see us playing that bad back-to-back weeks.
Right.
So we are just want to be respectful of everybody's time.
You haven't said that one in a while.
Yeah. But I'm ready to go eat dinner. I got some tacos. But any last words you got for tonight, Amar?
Oh man, let's see. I am. It was a great victory in a sense of like we squeaked one out when we probably shouldn't have. We're looking forward to seeing what we do against Jacksonville. I'm really looking forward to Thursday night's game and seeing what our opponents do this week. Anything that we can do to slowly get up on top of that division that matters. It's gonna be a battle of attrition, man. But I'm really looking forward to it. And hey, bro, I'm just happy to be doing this with you. And I'm just honestly, again, want to thank you for I want to congratulate you on getting your new job and just being able to kind of support something that you really believe in. And it's always good to have a job, but you love what you do. It's not about the money. It's not about the fame. It's not about anything. It's just about the fact that you wake up every morning like, man, I can't wait to go to work and help somebody. That's pretty awesome, man. So yeah.
I love it, man. And I get to do it on a farm and I get to do it at events and just, I'm pumped for it, man. Appreciate that. I appreciate you, Amar. My last words, I gotta put this out there. The entire NFC North is in the playoffs if the playoffs started right
now. Need that something, dude?
The Lions are the 1 seed.
Yep.
The Vikings would travel to Seattle as the 5 seed. Okay. The Packers would travel to Tampa as the 6 seed. And the Chicago Bears would travel to Washington to face the Commanders, which is kind of cool because we get Bears Commanders, right?
Again, yeah.
It's like a playoff matchup, right? This next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, Packers going to Tampa, man. Whew. That's tougher than I think because Baker's balling out this year. But those are my last words, man. The NFC North is the best division in football.
Yeah, and, it honestly is. It's a battle of attrition. I can't wait to see how it all falls out at the end of the year.
Yeah, and as much as I'd love to win the NFC North, let's get to the playoffs, Packers,
100%.
because we saw we were the first 7 seed to win a playoff game. We almost won 2 last year. So with the team that we have, as much as the NFC North would be awesome, let's get to the playoffs.
Let's do the damn thing.
That's what you got to do. Get to the playoffs and survive and advance. But hey, folks, thanks for joining us. Go enjoy your doubleheader on Monday Night Football. I think we'll do a post game next weekend though, and
100%. Oh yeah. I'll be traveling, but my flight doesn't leave until 1 or 2 o'clock. I think no, that's not right. 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock in California time, which is like 7 o'clock here.
Oh,
but I'll be on your time.
You'll be on my time, man.
Yeah,
I love it. All right,
so
right on.
We'll do post game, and then after that, we should be good to go.
Sounds good. All right, we will be doing post game next weekend, folks, for that Packers Jaguars game. Thanks again for joining us, and as always, go Pack, go.
Go Pack, baby.